If you're working with Lightroom, it's very important that your folder structure is future-proof. In Lightroom Classic, it's really a good thing that you know where your images live or where images are stored on your hard drive. And in this tutorial, I will demonstrate you how I use my folder structure and what are tips that I would recommend that you do as well. So let's get started and let's jump into Lightroom Classic. In this Lightroom catalog, I have one folder. This one folder is named by date, so year, month and day. This is automatically done via the import dialog. And now I want to rename this so that the folder structure is a little bit more accessible. So I right click on it and go to rename. And the important thing is that I rename this folder inside of Lightroom. If I rename it outside of Lightroom in the Finder or in the Explorer on Windows, then Lightroom doesn't get the renaming and Lightroom don't know where the folder is. So I will demonstrate this before. I right click on any image and click on Show in Finder. And here's the image containing in this folder. So this folder is exactly the same as on my hard drive. So here the Mac I can go one folder level up with Command and cursor up. And this is the folder. And when I click on it and rename it, I rename it like this. Then I have the problem that Lightroom doesn't know where the folder is right now and I have a question mark over there. So if I have done the renaming outside of Lightroom, I have to go on this folder via a right click and go to Find Missing Folder. And then I have to search on my hard drive where the new folder or the renamed folder lives. If I relink the folder, then I have the folder again here in Lightroom's folder structure. But what's the better way? The better way is to right click directly here in Lightroom and go to rename. And here I want to rename the folder like this. And this is the project Victoria. And I would definitely recommend that you rename your folders like the project. So this is the date and after that the project name. Okay, so that's one part to bring in or to start with a good folder structure. So now I want to import other folders that live on the hard drive. And one folder is on my images structure in the folder structure. And this folder I want to import via the import dialog. And now it's important that I go to the add. So I go to Pictures, 2021, and here I have a folder. That's even the wrong folder because it's from 2022. And because the folder is more or less on the right position, I can go and add the folder in the import dialog. And now the photos get added to the Lightroom catalog without moving on the hard drive. And that's the important part. Because the images don't get moved, I have also a little bit less options here on the right. And the only thing I would recommend is that you look after your metadata templates, that this is also added to your photos. So when I now click on import, then you see that the folder is getting imported and now Lightroom just have to build the standard previews. I go again with the right click in the Show in Finder or Show in Explorer and go one folder level up. And here you see it, that's the folder that's imported here in Lightroom. And as you also see, that's the wrong folder. So I have a wrong date format and I want to fix this. So here is my 2021 folder and these images belong in the 2022 folder. But on my hard drive there is no 2022 folder. So how can I get the folder into the right folder? I have to right click on the 2021 folder and here I have the option to show the parent folder. When I click on this, the pictures open and inside pictures I have the 2021 folder, but there's no 2022 folder. So what I have to do is right click on the pictures and now I have to create a folder inside pictures. And this is where I create my 2022 folder. I click on create and now I can track the images inside Lightroom's folder panel from this location to this location. Just drag and drop and Lightroom gives me the message that this will be moving all my files on the disk as well. So I click on move and Lightroom moves it from the 2021 to the 2022 folder. So I can right click here and go to show in Finder. And now you see inside the 2022 folder, I have the folder I have moved. So in my pictures folder, I have the 2021 and the 2022 folder, and everything is exactly the same as here in Lightroom. So be aware that this is really crucial, that your images should live in their in the right folders. Because if you have more than 2 folders in Lightroom, in your Lightroom catalog, then you really need to have an established great folder structure, and so it can work with a really big amount of images. On my personal working Lightroom catalog, I have 90,000 images in one catalog, and with this kind of folder structure, it's really easy to work with them. Another part where you can import images or where you can move images is the following. I have here a folder that's lying around on my desktop, and this folder should be moved inside the pictures folder, and I will do this also via Lightroom. So the folder location, or the folder is on my Mac, on my hard drive, but the location is not right. So I go to import, and now I go in the source tab to, here I can click on this small icon over there. I go to the desktop, and on my desktop I have this WOM folder. And this WOM folder is on the wrong location because it's on the desktop and I want to have it on the pictures. So I go to move, and here I have the opportunity to select images and then move the images from the source folder inside the destination. So I go down, and here see it's going into pictures. This is the source, and inside pictures Lightroom will create the date folder for the year. That's 2021, and you see it's here. So Lightroom don't have to create this folder. And inside this folder, this year folder, Lightroom will create a year, month and day folder, and that's this folder over there. And now I can go on import, and you see Lightroom will create the folder and import the images or move the images from my desktop to my pictures folder and import the images. So this will be really quick. Now it's ready with the import, and I can go with a right click and go to rename and just rename the folder. These are images I shot for WOM. So I click on save, and now the images are there where I want them to be. So that's everything you need to know. Be aware of a good folder structure, because that's the future and you want to have a bright future. So all your images should be in the right folder, in the right folder structure, and I would definitely recommend that you rename your folders and give them a name, so you know on this date you shot this project, and then you find it via a glance on your folder structure and everything is fine. If you like this video, give me a like. If you want to subscribe, please press now on the subscribe button. And if you find this helpful, just comment below and say what you are liking on this video and what photos are you shooting. So thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.